So this is making a lab part 2, and what we're going to do now is we're going to use our mouse. You can see that it has a hand symbol on it. If it doesn't, you can go up here and just click on this little hand symbol, and then you can move things around. And remember, you can use the little roller on your mouse to toggle in and out, and that can be very useful. And so what we're supposed to do now, according to the instructions in our lab, is, so we're going to go to step 5. Step 5 tells us to pan and zoom navigation bar to Japan. So let's do that. So we're going to pan and zoom in to Japan. Okay. All right, so I've got Japan in the screen now. Step 6 tells us that we need to turn off some things. So let's do that. So we're going to go over here to the Layers menu. So here's our Layers menu, this area right here. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to Z5. I'm going to go to Z5, and it says to under Z5-1-18, which is this one. We're going to click on that. Okay, and you can see some cities popped up for us. We are going to go down to, scroll down a little bit here. I'm going to toggle those up a little bit, make sure we're all in the same spot. And so it says in our to go to NE 10 millimeter geography marine poly Z5. Okay, so that's this one right here, and I am going to turn that one off. See what that did? Change things around just a tad. Okay, so we turn that one off. And then we're going to move on to step 6. Okay, so in step 6, what we're going to do is we're going to go, let me move my screen up. We're going to go up here to see, projects. And we're going to go to New Print Layout. Now you can put a name in here if you want. I usually leave it blank and just click OK. Alright, and so we have a new print layout, and this is basically, you should think of this as a sheet of paper that we are going to print out, and it defaults to the 8x11 standard sheet of paper, although you can certainly change it to be something else. Alright, so let's just real quickly on the right here of our screen, you'll see two important things that we will be using. When we add a map, or different portions of the map, they will show up over here, and then we can play with their properties down here. Okay, so let's do that by clicking Add Item up here in the menu, and we're going to add a map. So what map is it going to add? Well, it's going to add whatever you had on QGIS. Okay, so I'm going to just click on my screen. So it's got this little plus symbol now. I'm going to click, hold down my click button, and I'm just going to go down to the other edge of the screen, and it is going to make an image of what I had on my QGIS. So let me flip back to QGIS, the regular QGIS screen, and you can see it looks like that. But if I go back to my layout, it looks like this. So it's just a snapshot of that screen. Okay. So now the other thing I want to make a point of, now we see over here item is a map 1. Okay, that's going to be important. That is this area here that we've put in here. Now let's add a second item here. Go back to our screen. Oh, real quick, before we do that, I want to make sure you know how you can move things around. So if I try and move this around, it messes it all up, and I don't like that. Okay, we don't want to mess it up. So if you want to move things around, you can click on Edit and then Move Content. If you click on Move Content, now I can move my map around a little bit. Okay, and I can do that. Okay, all right. So now I want to add another part to another item to our map. Okay, and so I'm gonna just stop that. The instructions want you to extend things a little bit, so I'm gonna go turn off map movement. So I turn that off. At least it was supposed to. So we'll go back to move, select and move item. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to extend those to the edges of the paper all the way around so it covers the paper completely. So now I'm on step 13, right? And so now that I've got things where I want them, we're going to lock things in place. And so we're going to go down here, and so we're in item 1 property right here. So I'm going to just click on that real quick just to make sure it's what we want. And I'm going to click Lock Layers and Lock Styles for Layers. Okay, and those two are locked in place, and that locked in this area, and so we're good there. Now we're moving on to step 14, and what we're going to do now is go back to QGIS real quick. And what we want to do on QGIS is zoom in to Tokyo, and Tokyo is right here. And if you go to your instructions, this is roughly the area that we want to include in our map. And so to do that, we're going to untoggle Z5 and toggle Z7. Okay. All right. So let's do that. So let's untoggle Z5, get rid of that, and let's go to toggling Z7. All right. I'm going to untoggle Z4 too. All right. So now I'm zooming in just a tad. Maybe a little too far. And then I am going to, that looks pretty good. It's pretty close to what we were hoping for. You can do things by going up to, if you want to be exact, you can click on this button right here. Now what this is going to do is if you click and drag, it's going to, so I'm clicking, left clicking my mouse button and dragging, and I'm just going to click like that, and it brings me in a little bit closer to where we wanted to be. Okay, not perfect. You don't have to be perfect. Okay, so I'll just do that, and I think that'll be okay. All right, so then what we're going to do is go back to our layout, so our map, and what we're going to do is go up here to click Add Item. So this will be step 16. We're going to add a map again, and then up in this corner, we're just going to click and drag again. Oh, right about there. and it's going to render the map that I had there, and it's not perfect. So I could, if I wanted to move this around just a little bit, see, I've got these outlined. You can tell you're outlined a couple of ways. One, over here on items, you're outlined on map 2. The other thing is these little boxes are going to be showing up. It tells you that's the map you're interested in at the moment. So I'm going to click on Edit and click on Move Content, and I'm just going to move it just a wee bit, just like that. Okay, and it's a little bit closer to what the instructions look like. It doesn't have to be perfect, of course. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so that is step 16. In the next video, we are going to enhance this image and continue to make it look better. And so I'll see you in the next video.